Breaking news coming in, and this is in regard to an infiltration bid that has been foiled. We're talking about 2 terrorists that have been neutralized. A fresh infiltration bid that has been foiled, Radhika.
That's right. Pak terrorists have been intercepted at Uri is the information that we are getting. Fresh infiltration bid has been foiled. In fact, large cache of weapons have also been seized. So that's the fresh information that we're getting a day after horrific attacks on tourists and civilians in Pahalgam. And now, of course, the security apparatus enhanced there across the valley. And now 2 terrorists have been killed in Uri. Pak terrorists have been intercepted at Uri is the information. Fresh infiltration bid foiled. Let's go straight across to Nazir. Nazir, of course, security has been heightened across the valley post the incident yesterday. 2 terrorists, we believe, have been neutralized in Uri. What more can you tell us? Nazir, if you can hear us, 2 terrorists we believe have been killed in Uri. Large cache of weapons also seized. What more can you tell us about this operation?
To army and infiltration attempt was intercepted this morning, and army has intercepted this and engaged those infiltrators. So there are reports to have been killed, but details are yet to come further which group it was. Infiltration has been happening all along. We have known from in the line of control, but there are 2 incidents which have happened in the line of control today. One is a ceasefire violation in Poonch sector, which has happened in the Poonch sector. Army has repulsed that, retaliated that Pakistani unprovoked ceasefire, and it was in Minda sector early this morning. Pakistani troops resorted to heavy firing on Indian posts, and army has retaliated effectively. And then there's this infiltration attempt which has been filed by the army on a day when we see there was a major massacre of innocent tourists in Pahalgam, and there are also attempts to push in more militants and also create instability along the line of control after Pakistan resorted to unprovoked firing. It is another ceasefire violation a day after this massacre in Pahalgam.
Well, Nazir, the operation is currently in progress with security forces maintaining a tight cordon off around the area. But 2 terrorists, we believe, have been neutralized so far. Of course, this was an infiltration attempt that was detected along the line of control where vigilant troops challenged the terrorists, leading to that brief but very intense exchange of fire.
Yeah, exactly. So, army has filed this infiltration attempt, and in the ensuing encounter, it is said that 2 infiltrators, they have been killed. So what army has said, they are saying there was heavy exchange of fire between security force and terrorists. 2 terrorists have been eliminated. Infiltration bid filed by the security forces in the ongoing operation. Large quantity of weapons, ammunition, and war-like stores have been recovered from the encounter site, and operation is in progress, but army is trying to believe 2 to 3 infiltrators may have tried to infiltrate, and they were intercepted by the troops, which also shows a robust counter-infiltration mechanism along the line of control. But at a time, we have seen this horrible attack in Pahalgam, in which 26 tourists from different parts of the country, they have been killed. Among them is a Navy officer, 1 IB officer. So that toll may go up. 17 people are injured. Injured are being treated at different, hospitals. Home Minister Amit Shah is in Srinagar. He is right now going to police control Srinagar to pay homage to the victims of this terror attack. Bodies have been kept at police control room Srinagar. Then they would be dispatched to their respective places. And amid all this, when everybody is grappling with how to deal with the situation, and since yesterday there have been series of meetings, and government is evolving a mechanism to deal with new threat and terror attack. Because security force had information there may be some major attack, but nobody had an inkling that this can happen. in Pahalgam, which was literally nobody, because it was clearly peaceful area, so nobody had an idea. And at this time, these heavily armed terrorists, they came, resorted to heavy firing on innocent tourists, and killed 26 and injured more than 17. So amid all this, we see this infiltration attempt in Uri sector and also ceasefire violation in Poonch sector as well, which clearly shows that there are attempts from across the border to keep pot boiling. But on this side, we see Prime Minister have called this cabinet committee on security meeting that to devise the response of government of India to do with this situation. We know it is like Pulwama 2 in 2019, there was attack on CRPF in which 40 CRPF persons were killed. And this time it is much more horrible when innocent people have been targeted. We know what was the response in 2019.
Yes, Nazeer, of course, the terrorists continue to be at large as far as the Pahalgam attack is concerned. And now 2 terrorists have been neutralized in this infiltration bid in the Uri area. Well, of course, we will keep coming back to you for more on this brutal terrorist attack that's taken place in Pahalgam. Of course, the Prime Minister cut short his visit. He is back in Delhi. In fact, he held a meeting at the airport itself with the National Security Advisor as well as the External Affairs Minister. Well, this is a very crucial meeting that took place at the airport while condemning the attack and promising that those behind the attack would be brought to justice.